This is peak. This is absolute peak. Just kidding. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the final stream here on the channel for 2025. Thank you all so much for being here. We've already got well over 100 people hanging out, which is amazing. Lieutenant Eclipse, Postman, Canny, Cody, Akito, Dristan, Matt, Nissan, Zero, Titan, Trey, so many people in here. What's going on, folks? Thank you very much for tuning in. This is a fun day for me. They put out a new skin for my favorite weapon in the game. I've seen some mixed opinions on it so far in the community. I think it's absolutely beautiful. So we are going to be running the Eagle Bear for the entire stream because, of course. Trey coming in with that 15 months. Excuse me. Absolute peak. I have to agree. Indeed, indeed. Thank you as always for being a member for over a year, man. Here for the live EB skin reaction. You should have seen when I first equipped it earlier this morning. That was not meant for public consumption. How do you get it? It's in the store. It is in the store. Just got the skin. I think it's fire. Nice. Littles. Yeah. One thing I appreciate. Postman. Eagle flaring its plumage. The one thing I appreciate compared to the other ones that we have is that most of the, I mean, obviously it's the same weapon. Like, yeah, that's the Chatterbox. This is the Elmos. That's the Scorpio. But most of them take the base model and then like change it pretty significantly. I suppose the Shroud is sort of stays the same. I really appreciate that they kept the classic like red chassis of the EB. Obviously, it's a little bit more fantastical than the original, but it still very much feels like the same gun, which I appreciate as somebody who loves the base Eagle Bearer look. So there we go. Had to start off with that. We're going to be running it throughout the stream. But otherwise, folks, it is one day away from the end of 2025. It's been a pretty crazy year. I do have as usual, at the end of the year, I like to do a little retrospective video deal, so that will be coming out tomorrow. But it's been a crazy year. So anyone who's here, thank you so much for being a part of our community, making this the biggest year ever for my channel. And I'm really excited to keep it going in 26. But we got plenty to go over on this stream. I'm here. It was weird. I was thinking about the stream for like 2 minutes before I got the notification. Yeah, YouTube has issues with stream notifs sometimes. Actually, I should go in here so we can get the snow falling while we sit around and talk. The name of that weapon, the base weapon, is the Eagle Bearer. And then they just put out the Wingspan skin for it. The feather thing on the handguard is awful. I'm not judging by realism. I'm purely judging by video game-ness. And in that category, I think it wins out. But all that stuff is subjective, of course. The good news, cheesies, I don't think these ones expire. You know, a lot of the store, like the bundles go away, but all of the exotic skins have stayed in this category. So there shouldn't be any kind of like time pressure for picking it up. I think it'll stay there for a while. Congrats on 130. Vanguard, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Dristan. But how we doing, folks? End of 2025. What a year it has been. Primate with the 42 months. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, Rogue. To you as well, sir. Thank you for stopping in. How are you doing? Thank you for the 42 months. I'm convinced... Well, I think we've had this discussion before. I'm convinced you may be the longest subscribed... Not subscribed, but, you know, channel-membered person here on the channel. But then I think we had to debate about that before. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for the well wishes. Expresso says, I'm so not ready for 2026. Well, it's here whether you like it or not. I'm very excited. Just in general, you know. New beginnings never hurt. We already have over 200 people in here. That's amazing. Thank you all very much for tuning in, hanging out. Mostly going to be a pretty chill stream today, I think. I am a little bit behind on my scouts because winter events and just general stuff. So we have 2 scouts worth to catch up on. We'll do that. And then, I don't know, we'll hang out, get some good Eagle Bear gameplay in. Someone said do Dark Zone. The targets are kind of bad, but we could see if anyone's in South, maybe. We'll see what's up. Postman with the 39 months primate has got me beat. To be clear, it is certainly not a competition. I'm very appreciative of you both and everybody else who is a member. I just think it's insane that people have been sub for that long, including you, Postman. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I saw it, Kaz. It's pretty sick. I'll arm wrestle anyone who thinks they've been here longer. Every video helps out a lot. Barnaby, thank you very much for saying that. That's kind of you. I did also, I don't know if anyone has noticed so far, I did a retuning of my microphone EQ yesterday. The first video that'll have it will come out on January 1st, but I'm curious if anyone thinks I sound different or better or worse. Or the same. Davey, first time in a live. What's good? Not too much, man. We're just hanging out. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate you coming in to the live. We have fun. We mess around. We ramble a little bit. It's a good time. Thanks for being here. Just found your channel after getting back into the game after 5 years. Veritable gold mine. Made me enjoy the lore. Thank you. Feren. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Much appreciated. Thank you for being here. If you want full lore deep dives, then highly recommend you check out NGN here on YouTube as well. He's much better at it than I am. He has a much better voice. He's much more in tune with the lore. I try to keep up, but it's mostly at a surface level thing. So definitely recommend checking him out. But thank you very much for watching the videos and being here. Leo, thank you. Matt Kane with the 10. What's going on, sir? Happy New Year's, agents. Finally started a PC agent. I forgot how much of a grind this is. Indeed. Thank you very much for the 10, man. Happy New Year's and holidays to you, too. Thank you for being such an invaluable part of the community this past year. Yeah, I actually jumped on my PC character this past week because I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to grab a few things with the winter event. And it did remind me like how fulfilling the loot grind is and the loot chase is when you don't have a lot of stuff. Obviously, on this account, what I've been playing for 7 years, I have everything, so that's become a little stale. But grabbing the winter crates on a fresh character, I got an Ouroboros there and some other good stuff. I was like, this is fun. I'm getting stuff. I'm progressing. I'm powering up. So, yeah. Maybe a stupid question. There's no such thing. Is it worth to start Division 2 casually, or should I wait for Division 3? If you wait for Division 3, you're going to be waiting quite a while. We don't have any confirmed dates, but I personally don't see Division 3 launching anytime before 2028. And even that, by some people's estimations, is optimistic. So I think if you're seeking, Division gameplay or a Division experience, then totally jump into Division 2. They're doing a lot with this game. They put out a DLC last year. By all accounts, it's looking like 2026 is going to keep that momentum going. We've got Survivors coming, which is a big homage to the Division 1. We've got other stuff, so my recommendation is jump in. Chris says, sounds better, I think. Good, thank you. Droid says, sounds very much like I want to take you home. I will only go if you have a replica Eagle Bear awaiting me there. Otherwise, I'm out. Does the EB skin come in a bundle with a regular skin, or is it $12.90 straight? It is in a bundle, and you get like 30 credits off or something. I don't know how they do this math, but yeah, the bundle is slightly cheaper than if you go and buy it individually. Okay, so many comments. Trying to keep up. Sorry, folks. What do you think about the new EB skin? Do you like it or not so much? Oh, I love it. That's what I was referring to in the title. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's peak. Not everybody will though, and that's totally okay. Only Poons, what's going on, sir? How are you? Lieutenant Eclipse joining up to Rogue Studios. Thank you so much. So I said I'll join a membership when I get an EB, so I guess now's the time. Congrats. Thanks to Rogue's blessing from 3 seasons ago. I'm glad it finally paid off. Certainly you have no obligation to join up or stay as a member, but I appreciate the support very much, my friend. Thank you. Plan to switch to PC? No. Maybe when Division 3 comes out, but at this point in time, all of my progress and memories are here on Xbox. Can you put a word to the devs for me to continue maintenance on the server connection? I'm losing it here. Same problems, Akito. That's frustrating, man. Okay, I'm still way behind. Good lord. Chris with the 19 months, a good way to end 2025 with a PS Pro or PS5 Pro. The console. Wait, what? Good way. I can now check my apparel. Wait, are you saying your PS5 Pro died out on you? Or am I misunderstanding? But thank you very much for the 19 months. Where's Xbox out on keys? We are at 640. 640. Division 3, I think, will be out in 2036. Not quite that long, but longer than some people are thinking. Sadly, no. All right, Droid. Well, come back to me when you do. I'll be waiting. Don't you worry about it. The gaming brigade himself, Mr. Sergeant Graybeard, he said, let's go 49ers. Have a big game this Saturday. Can't endorse. Can't endorse at all. But good to see you, sir. Thank you for dropping by. How you doing on this Tuesday? How does the scope work? You can't use it on the skin, unfortunately. What do you think will be the next exotic that gets a skin? I don't know. Maybe the sheriff that comes out at the end of the season. I love them to do some more classic ones. I'm really glad they did the Eagle Bear. I'm surprised that they did, but it kind of makes sense given how much they gave it out for the winter event. It is reactive. Zach, we'll take a look in just a sec. I'm still trying to catch up here. The entire stream should just be you standing in the booth. That's pretty much what the first 20 minutes always turns into. Okay. You're very welcome, Mad Max. Yeah, I think it's an important topic. And as I said in that video, my goal is never to go out of my way to bash or even really talk about other people. I'm here for me and you guys and the game and the community. But it is a big issue that's only going to become worse. So hopefully it opened a few people's eyes. What's going on, Bravo 6? Just beginning. It's still pretty early in the morning for me, but amazing so far. And we have over 300 awesome people here hanging out, so how could it not be great? Thank you for being here. No joke, I got 2 Ouroboroses today. Wolf Boy, that's fantastic. Congrats. What would the plural of Ouroboros be? Ourobi? That's awesome, though. Chris, again, thank you. My PS4 Pro couldn't handle opening the dies. Oh, shoot, really? I've been hearing about more and more performance issues on there. Like, some people are just getting invisible walls and despawn stuff, which is tough, but at the same time, like, the game has to evolve, you know? And we're trying to work with, how old is it? Almost 12-year-old hardware. It's a tough situation. I'm sorry that happened to you, though. And thank you again for the dono. You certainly didn't have to do that. But I appreciate it very much. We need a Ravenous skin. Wouldn't mind if they kept the originals, fill in all of the engraving with gold. That could be pretty cool. Orabori. There we go. Literally just about to start playing the season for the first time. Have you done any striker builds I could check out? I have, Mr. Tats. Let me drop you a little link in the chat here. I've got the perfect video for you. My mouse decided to be really weird there for a second. This video is not Striker exclusive, although two of them, I think, are Striker, but it involves the new brand set. Anyway, I think that video will serve exactly the purposes you're looking for, so the link is down in the chat. Why is my mouse freaking out right now? I don't know. All right, quick water break because I've been yapping so much, and then we'll get to it.
Civilians are not permitted to carry firearms inside the safe area. Violators will have their weapon confiscated.
No worries, Tats. Enjoy. All right, folks. Let's go. We can keep chatting, of course, but I should probably actually do something and not just stand here. High value target 1. One of Anderson's most loyal followers, Major Bungler, that's funny, is closing in on the defectors. A group of former GT personnel have been captured. Oh, is that hostage rescue? I'm just guessing. We'll give it a try. Matt Kane with another 10, man. Thank you. Family business today, so can't hang out. Have fun, everyone. Here's to 200k followers for RG in 26. Oh, man. That would be insane. I don't know about that, man, but thank you again for another 10 and for just being so wonderful, dude. Hope you had a good holidays and talk soon for sure. Krampuslauf appeared. Alright, so we're using the EB skin now in practice. What you'll see is that the little scales and feathers on the side, they go out once you proc tenacity. Let's see if I can do it on this guy. So look, there's a little noise and now the scales are out. And then, where's the last guy? And then once it expires, they'll go down. There's a little sound effect too. I like it. HDZ, thank you. Yeah, if anyone has not already and you want to hit the like button, it's always appreciated. Helps share the stream out to more people. Just want to say thank you for the present video. Found all 40 because of you. Now, how the patch? You're very welcome, Bravo 6. Full credit goes to the people who went through the open world and found all that stuff. I shouted out the Division 2 Secrets Discord in my video on it. Because, yeah, they all did the hard work of finding it. I just spliced it all together. But I hope we see more of that stuff in the future events. I mentioned that in my winter event feedback video yesterday. I think it was a really neat little addition. Oh, good lord. This is so loud. I got a new headset for Christmas, and I'm still trying to figure out the best audio settings. Okay, that was it. Nice.
Target is nearby.
Take that. Despawn that. Major Bungler has ordered extra troops to Jefferson Plaza. Does that just mean... Wait, Jefferson Plaza? No, we're still doing main missions in these? Why, brother? I don't want to do a main mission. Gosh. Not Division related. I'm thinking about getting an Xbox, but I've heard Xbox monthly and yearly subscription is extremely expensive. What are your thoughts on the subscriptions? I might not be the best person to ask because I am a simpleton when it comes to games and I play very few. So I've never been subbed to like Game Pass, for example. I just have like the very core subscription to have access to online functionality, which I think is like $60 a year, if I'm not mistaken. So that's all I've ever done. I do know prices went up recently. I think before that, Game Pass was like an unquestionably great deal. Now I'm not so sure what people's takes are. But again, I can't say I have that like personal experience with it. Ow. What's up, Nocturnal? Love the vids and build videos. Help me understand the game of the years. And now my son watches you as well to get new build ideas. That's amazing. You're more than welcome. I always love hearing when like families play together. That's very cool. Thank you for watching the stuff. Postman, is that plumage is like the word for a bird's feathers, right? I hope you're not tricking me into saying something else. I'm like 98% sure that's what it is. What controller am I using? Austin, I'm currently using... I just got this as well. Those are like my two main things that I wanted for Christmas is the Razer Wolverine V3 Tournament Edition, I think it's called. I had the V2 and I snapped part of one of the back buttons because I accidentally dropped the controller. And so I was like, yeah, I'll take the updated version. So far, so good. I'm getting used to the back buttons. I think I like them a little bit more on my other one, but this has some nice functionality where you can like swap profiles without going into the app. You can just like click a button on here and it switches. So like the two main ones I have set up right now are for Div and Arc Raiders. But it's nice.
Who's got a lock?
Scanning. Operational train details.
Find a way to put that train
Fail with the 10. Thank you so much, sir. How's it going, Rogue? You like the new EB skin? I sure do. Yeah, I do indeed. By the way, people, how many people we got in here? That screen's outdated. 430 people hanging out in the live. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate it. I figured today would be mostly like a low-key little stream, but people are showing out. Thank you. Wonderful way to end off the year. But yeah, Fail, I'm liking it a lot. I think it's quite cool. Thank you very much for the 10 and for supporting. Much appreciated. Wishing for crossplay on Div 3? I would not worry. I think it's pretty much a certainty that it will have it. What's your go-to legendary build? Recently, it's been this. Negotiators with blue screen. Works quite well for me. Do you go back and play Brooklyn? I was there yesterday, actually, doing a mission, but there's not really much reason to, right? I was just doing it for fun, mostly. What do you think about the new Coco brain set? Experimenting with it. You mean the gear set, right? Concentrated company? I don't know. It's not really for me. The like super long-term buff style of set has never super appealed to me. But I think it's got its uses. People are saying that, you know, when properly utilized, like it's got its perks. With Pestilence, I could see it working pretty well, yeah, since you can kill multiple targets. Oh, he's right here. I was like, where is this guy? Sitting right in front of me. I'm not paid enough to care today. Well, thank you for tuning in, Reaper. I appreciate it. No cross-platform is a joke. It's not ideal, for sure. Unfortunately, Division 2 was made at a time when it was not yet quite a standard in the industry, so it was just something they didn't choose to do in development. And then we lost our core dev team a year and a half after launch, which is probably around when they might have looked into doing it. So the new team just didn't have the expertise to go in and at it. Y'all want to hear my crazy theory? And I want to stress as much as I can, this is a theory. This is not confirmed or has been indicated in any way. But what if, for the 10th anniversary in March, which they've already said is going to be big, what if they announced crossplay? Now, they've said before, it's tricky to pull off. We're not going to do it. We just can't expend those resources. You know what we've gotten since that time? More resources. Massive is now working back on Division 2 in parts with survivors and other stuff. I mean, the main things that they told us over the years you never get in Division 2 are crossplay and snow. Now we're getting snow with survivors because Massive came back and is working on the game again. So again, is it likely? No. I'd say there's probably a 10 to 15% chance. But if they come out in March and say crossplay's coming, that would be pretty sick.
DC-62 toxin detected.
That would be quite
Contamination
cool.
level lethal.
What the hell? These readings are
What kind of weapon is this? I've got the Eagle Bear Exotic on with the new skin that they put out for it. Can you explain the Eagle Bear? Do you mean just like its talent? So the Eagle Bear talent essentially is all about defense. When you hit a headshot, it gives you tenacity. Or sorry, when you land a headshot kill, it procs tenacity. Tenacity lasts for 15 seconds. During that time, it will reduce the amount of damage you are taking on by anywhere between 40 and 80%. That percentage is calculated depending on how many body or headshots you hit prior to activating it. So if you hit a lot of headshots, then it's going to be closer to 80. If you've only hit body shots, and then you just hit like one headshot for the kill, it's going to be lower. But then whatever amount of damage got reduced during that 15-second window, you will take it all at once at the end, but that can be cut down if you get up to 3 kills. So it's really just get a headshot kill, get a lot of kills, and take a lot of reduced damage. That's the basic breakdown. New subscribe, Watkins. Thank you so much. I agree with you, Rogue. From an ROI with survivors dropping, it's an easy argument the crossplay is needed for the success of survival. Yeah, honestly, to be honest with you, I didn't actually consider that part. I don't think it's like, it's not like it couldn't work without it, but totally it would pop even more if all the platforms were merged. The big thing at that point is then what efforts are being taken to curb cheating as much as possible, which they have come out and said. We had that ban wave, I don't know, like a month, 2 months ago. They've said it's something that they are being a lot more proactive about, which I imagine is completely in line with survivors. So yeah, if they do crossplay before it, then that would definitely help in terms of faster queues and whatnot.
excellent. I'll send in a team to dismantle the rest of that crap.
But aside from that, I mean, it's just been such a popularly requested thing that you would think if they had any way to make it happen, they would do it at this point, because they know it would make people happy. And that's really what their goal should and likely is going to be, heading towards Div 3. I forget they all spawn above. I'm like looking around for them. Fail with another 10, my friend. Thank you. Hang on, let me clear these guys out. Any idea what the anniversary will be? Great question. Postman. You will never get me to say that on a stream. On Arc, maybe, but not on here. Of course, Chris is going along with it. Chris, don't encourage him. Any idea what the anniversary will be? I am going to talk a lot about the anniversary in my kind of year preview 2026 video that's coming out on Thursday. So, apologies if I end up repeating myself, but you should totally still check that video out if you're so inclined.
Leaving contaminated area.
In March, for anyone who doesn't know, is the 10th anniversary of the Division 1. Normally, for a lot of franchises, if you make it to 10 years, you go pretty hard to celebrate, because that's a big milestone, right? So what we know so far is that back in August, when we got the updated roadmap for what's ahead, the anniversary had its own pin on the timeline, and it was paired with a big question mark that said new Division 2 content. But and more information coming soon is what it said. We haven't gotten any info since then, but from what the devs have said, they want to really make the 10th anniversary special. They want to celebrate, because it's a very big milestone. Since then, what we've learned, just the other week, last week, I did a video on it, is that in like less than 2 weeks now, the team is going to be attending an event called FPS Day in Japan, where they're going to be, in the words of the event promotion, premiering the 10th anniversary, doing some sort of presentation, and there will be a hands-on demo for new content that has not yet been released. To me, that suggests that we're going to get something more than just like a new season, right, in March. But as of right now, we just don't know what that's going to be. But I think in March we're going to get some kind of cool big update for Division 2, probably an updated roadmap for the rest of the year, maybe a release date and gameplay for Survivors, maybe if we're lucky, like a morsel of info on Div 3. I think they're just going to try and capitalize as much as they can on making that a big event for the community, much like Division Day was back in 2023. You know, that's kind of what I'm picturing, but the only things we know so far is that some kind of content is coming to Div 2, and it's being premiered in like 2 weeks. The rest is just my fantasy. So yeah, hope that answers the question, Fail. Thank you again for the dono. Thank you all so much for 500 people being here and hanging out. Again, I'm astounded by how many people are here. Thank you, thank you. All right, I'm taking another water break. 1 sec. I will 100% watch that vid. Thank you. It's a good one, I think. But I think all my videos are good, so who am I to judge? Oh, 100% Akito. When and if you jump on Arc, we will run. Some new PvP stuff would be sick as hell, just something. That is also cooking. They've talked about how they're hiring for a lead PvP game designer. They've talked about how a large-scale PvP balance pass is in the works. So that could very well be something they drop in March. We don't know. But PvP is something that they are finally working on. What if the new content is that PTS incursion people found? Could be. Back when it happened, they said that that was scrapped content, but they could very well have revisited it. We don't know. Everyone is asking, not everyone, but some people are asking about the Eagle Bear and the skin. I'm rocking the Eagle Bear. This is the new wingspan skin they added for it. The way you get it is that it is in the store. There's a bundle here. That's the cheaper way to get it, but they've also added it permanently to the weapon skin catalog in here. So there you go. Will do, Chris. We'll ping you. We'll ping you if it happens. Have a good one, man. Thank you for being here. We got to run, me, you, and Pussman got to run some more Arc soon. I've been missing it. I have not been playing a ton. I've been far too busy. All right. Part 2 of that is done. And now Major Bungler is in Southwest. Let's do it. I really wish that they would change these so that the difficulty is not locked to hard. Just makes it kind of lame, in my opinion. How you liking the new EB skin? I think it's very cool. Died again. Good to see you, man. Yeah, I'm in love.
Take this.
Another key. What gloves are those? These are the ward gloves. I don't fully remember how you get the ward outfit, but they're the ward gloves. Callum, it's going great, man. I'm having a wonderful Tuesday so far and a great end of the year. How about yourself? Alright, come on. Hard difficulty ads. Let's get it. Yeah, the Exodus pairs so well with Eaglebearer because if your Tenacity ever goes to kill you, it just procs it. And it can also wipe Tenacity off of you if it does happen while it's on you. It's pretty good.
That's the target.
Hip fire. Oh, a chameleon. Don't play the comm yet. I can't. Don't have time to absorb it properly. Alright, Scout 5 done. Or, sorry, Scout 4 done. Now we're on to 5. Settlements have requested shooting demonstration to help with their training efforts. Target practice? I can do that. I can do that. Speaking of Southwest, I cannot get a supply drop. So stuck on week 1. Do you have to do it within Southwest? I don't remember that being locked to that zone. Supply drop is in East Mall. Yeah. So the easiest way, Rick, is if you go and just capture everything in this, like all 4 of the control points, eventually you should get one to spawn. That's typically the most foolproof way to do it. Jimmy, it is not a new weapon, but a new skin for the Eagle Bearer.
You got the target. Nice. Thank you for keeping us safe, Agent.
What's the gun on the thumbnail? It's the one I'm rocking right now. It's the Eagle Bearer with the wingspan skin. As seen right here. Are you on controller? Yes, I am. Any tips on how to level up your Shade Watch the fastest? Thanks, love your content. Appreciate it. Pretty much the best way nowadays is to wait for one of the events to happen. It just ended, unfortunately. You don't have to do it, but like whenever there's a 3 times or 5 times event, obviously you're just getting much more worth out of it. So if you're like planning ahead to do a specific time slot, then I would recommend waiting for one of those. But in general, I personally like Conflict if you're into PvP. That gives you a lot of XP. But in open world, what are they called? Public executions tend to be the best bang for your buck. If you set the world difficulty as high as you're comfortable with, turn on as many directives as you're comfortable with, and then just go after those, that'll get you up pretty quick. That's what I used to do anyway. Thank you for all the content. Keep up the great work. From Australia, Mr. AU, thank you. I really had to suppress the urge to do a Australian accent there, but I don't want to be disrespectful. Thank you very much. I remember seeing something that I was going to respond to, and then I forgot. Oh, Vanguard said, any tips to become a Division 2 YouTuber? Do I do target practice from up here? Oh yeah, it looks like it. The main thing I will tell anybody who wants to do YouTube for any subject or whatever is that you have to be passionate about it. I mean, there are people out there who just want to, I think, make money off of YouTube and they find success with it, but it's infinitely harder to not burn yourself out and become miserable in life if, I forget how I phrased that, but it's much easier for that to happen if you are doing something that you don't actually enjoy and you're just trying to find success in it. I started this channel because I genuinely loved The Division and I wanted to talk about it with more people online, and I'm very fortunate that that has led to the channel being where it is now. But that's why, you know, people are like, why don't you do other games and not Division? Because I don't care about other games, frankly. I mean, I do, but not like Division. So that's why it would be very hard for me to ever do anything else. So that is my number one thing, is find a topic or genre that you genuinely have passion for, and then stick to stuff that you actually like making. Don't just try to make videos or content formats that you don't enjoy but you think are popular or whatever. It has to be something that's actually you. That's always my top rec. Alright, we did that. Liberty's Call, Safe House. Replenishing their supplies. I have to sell 75 items? That's not true, is it? Wait, Chad, has anybody done the scout today? Do I have to sell 75 items to this safe house? It's resupplying? Oh, I thought it said the safe house. Maybe it just means anything in that zone. Okay, okay, got it. I was like, that's crazy if you had to do that much.
It's too quiet.
How would you think something like Krampus Lauf would do in the DZ? I like supply drops are randomly throughout. That could be cool, as long as it's handled well. You know, I didn't love back in the Division 1 Dark Zone when like super elite patrols just roamed way out from the landmarks and then you had trouble traversing. But I did a video recently about how I think the Division 3's Dark Zone needs to evolve a little bit, and I think that totally having more random stuff like that could be very worthwhile. So I think it could be cool. How come you play controller? Is it just more comfortable for you? Well, first and foremost, I'm on Xbox, so that is it's a lot harder to run mouse and keyboard on here natively. But that's just what I grew up with. I can use a mouse and keyboard. We did it once on a stream when I was on the PTS, but it's not pretty. I'm not great with it, so controller is just my jam. Alright, resupply 75 things. We'll just hold this. That should be good.
Thanks.
Nope, not quite.
Really needed more supplies.
There we go. Propaganda. Does it have to be in Southwest still? I guess we can just do this to be safe. What minor stat do you have in your EB? I pretty much put damage to targets out of cover on all of my weapons. So that's what I have on there. Recently, though, and meaning like in the last 48 hours, I don't know if y'all know who IKEA is, but he's a fantastic guy here on YouTube who is like pretty much the champion of the number side of the game of spreadsheets and going over the math and everything. And he was covering some of his favorite and best loadouts for tipping scales. And so I set up one of the top ones that he was looking at. And it's actually better to go rate of fire on the third stat for that. And this is a ton of fun. I was rocking this. Seeing some gameplay yesterday.
Location guarded by hostiles.
What weapon is that in the thumbnail? It is the Eagle Bear with the new wingspan skin, which is what I'm rocking right here. Oh, you can see the scales out there. I went back. Yeah, it's the EB. Kind of like in the new EB skin. I'm very sad it doesn't have a different sound. I know. I can't tell if the thing that's... I'm not very knowledgeable about guns in real life, so maybe someone can educate me. I can't tell if the thing that's on it is meant to actually be like a mini suppressor, or if it's just some kind of intense like compensator. I have no idea. I don't know if the sound is supposed to be more suppressed with that on, but it would have been nice if there was a slightly different firing sound. But to be fair, the Eagle Bear does have like a very cool sound overall, so I'm not like devastated that it still has the same one, but it would have been nice for sure. Where did the Krampuslauf spawn? It said they did. Are they down low? Can't see over this thing. Oh yeah, there they are. They get beamed from two different sides. Krampuslauf. Can anyone here verify how good or terrible my pronunciation of that is? I imagine it's terrible, but I've really been rocking it since the since the event started. Is the Eagle Bear still the best assault rifle in the game? No. It's not the best, but just like a lot of builds, it depends on how you use it, right? I use it probably more than any other assault rifle because I really enjoy the gameplay offerings of Tenacity. But DPS-wise, it's not the best. Is there still one alive? Oh, yep. Colleen with the 20. Thank you so much. So many generous people in here today. Thank you, thank you. Okay, wait, everyone was said... I like how there were 4 comments in succession, and it was 2 and 2. 2 people said compensator, 2 people said suppressor. Looks like a suppressor, compensator. So it's split down the middle were people's responses. Love that.
Manual override required. Access key detected.
Never understood why they're called Krampuslauf. I believe that's... Someone can correct me. I believe Krampus is of German origin. And I believe that's just the word for his I actually don't know. I'm kind of guessing. I'm pretty sure that's like the in the mythos of Krampus. That's like a thing, maybe.
Hostile
I don't know.
broadcast picked up. Progress resumed.
Come on out, fellas. Neither, not a comp or a suppressor. It really is a comp.
Manual override
I find it so amusing that chat is so divided on this. I didn't know I was going to be sparking. That's what I was looking for. Such a debate. German folklore, tradition, or legend. Gotcha. I thought I knew that correctly, but there are big festivals dedicated to Krampus where you can go and the Krampus Lauf terrorize you. Are you kidding? That sounds fantastic. How do I sign up? That sounds wonderful. Can you PSA that tenacity from EB doesn't clear for free when you weapon swap? I saw someone say on a video the other day that you most definitely take the delayed damage. Oh, say that on a video the other day. Yeah, no, when you swap, if you have tenacity and you swap, you take whatever the amount of damage is at once that you've earned so far.
Civilians in
It does not
distress.
wipe it. If you escape combat, it'll wipe itself. Which is part of why the Exodus gloves work really well with these, because if you proc those and you have tenacity up, then it wipes it right away. But yeah, anyone who's thinking that you can swap off of tenacity and not take the damage, that is not correct. Wait, what? From spreading their propaganda? Chat, what happened? I did a propaganda broadcast. Oh, was it because it was Outcasts? I think it's because it was Outcasts. Does it have to be in Southwest, or can I do it somewhere else? Like, can I... Well, that's Black Tusk. Can I go to it somewhere else? Sorry, everybody's like, you idiot.
Civilians in danger.
Okay, anywhere is fine. Gotcha. I'm trying to figure out where I want to go. Those are all Black Tusk. I guess we will go to that. Seems like one of my only options. Should I get Arc Raiders? Still debating on it. For me to recommend Arc Raiders to somebody, I think the thing I come down to is you have to be okay with PvP. It's not that it's going to happen every single time or even that often if you don't want it to. But if somebody like genuinely hates and does not want to engage in PvP, then you shouldn't get the game. That said, it is my favorite game that came out this year. I think it's brilliant. But I'm also someone who really enjoys PvP, so. Kaz, I saw you asked. Let me scroll back up. Did you hear what happened to Ubisoft? Sorry if you answered this already. I have not. We've not talked about it. Oh, that's funny. It's giving me the prompts for how to play the game because we passed the spawn in point, I guess. Yeah, the whole Rainbow Six Siege hack thing. The whole thing is, and this is why I wait to see what the full story is often before making a video on anything. At first, people were like, oh, Ubisoft at large got hacked and their source code for games leaked. Even upcoming stuff, people were like, well, did Division 3 get hacked? Blah, blah, blah. Turns out that none of that seems to have been true, at least from what I've read so far, and I've tried to corroborate that between a few different sources. It seems like it was mainly just localized to Rainbow, which obviously is still bad on its own, totally, but not really that applicable to what we're, you know, mostly concerned with on this channel with Division. But yeah, that was definitely a big deal. I watched all the Twitter drama with it over the last few days. The Krampus laugh is a parade of people that dress like Krampus that precedes the emergence of Krampus. Numerous Krampus snout, the same as the bounty. Sick. I figured that they would keep it realistic to whatever the folklore is, but that's neat. The Krampus Lauf in Division 2 do precede the appearance of Krampus, so that's cool. Quick step pistol is how I'm running fast, for anyone asking. Comes to the talent sport mode that just gives you movement speed.
Progress halted. Manual override required. Progress resumed.
I don't know, Dice. That's been something that people have discussed for a few years, I think. I think it'd be cool, for sure. I don't know how the whole community would react to it, but I'd be down.
Manual override.
Honestly, I don't know how I feel anymore. It doesn't matter how you feel. What matters?
Attention, all those who are sick, tired, hungry, and sick and tired.
Classic internet blowing things out of proportion. The world got hacked. Ubisoft has suddenly tapped into the entire world, and everything is now hacked. Alright, Scout's done. I'll go listen to those comms later. So let's see, 5 weeks in. So we're still not quite halfway through the season. But getting there. Alright, now what? Oh, we did. We popped a retail. We could go and do that. Flex the EB a little bit more. Alright, one sec. What's your opinion on the new season modifier? Do you mean like specifically just the modifiers, or like companions in general? What's up, Frank? Eevee's still locked on his hands, you know it. It's never coming off. Well, especially now that the skin is out, I don't think I can, in good faith, ever switch again. It's too clean. By the way, folks, again, I'm just really appreciative that we have so many people here hanging out. There's not even anything that crazy going on today. So thank you so much. If you've not already, and you want to help support, hit the like button. It helps share it out to more people. Is this PTS or live? We're on the live game. Karmas, I think I've got everything out of Reconstructeds. I opened one recently and it gave me nothing, so I'm pretty sure I've collected every blueprint out of that pool. But yeah, definitely good to do if you've not yet. What's the best way to get to run True Patriot? True Patriot is not in the best spot right now. Honestly, if you're so inclined, I would hold off. They've confirmed that well, it's been a while now, but Yannick talked about how they were working on the True Patriot rework, or buff in some capacity. So I don't know when we might see that, but it's probably worth waiting until that, because currently it kind of falls off compared to a lot of other sets. Thoughts on the EB skin? I think it's glorious. I will never be taking it off. Let's run this retail just to get some action going. I just got 3 Krampus bounties from the same Krampus left. That's pretty good. That's not bad. Yeah, I would like to get a
Secure those control points, Agent. Quickly.
I would like to get a bounty while we're live.
Identified.
Frank, thank you so much, my guy. Said, why can't I change $27.99 on iOS? Might be the Canadian conversions, maybe. Probably, I would think. Also, Apple sometimes takes a cut and does weird things. Thank you very much, though. That's incredibly kind of you, man.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Very kind as always. I hope you had some nice holidays, that you have a good new year. The amount of support that you guys have shown me throughout 2025 is beyond comprehension. I just figured I should shout that out after seeing that. So thank you, Frank, and thank you to everybody who has gone out of your way to support me this year. Truly appreciated, and I'm very excited to keep everything rolling into 26. Yeah, you get on top of that car. I gotta be careful with those turrets since they're still bugged. I wish that was something that they had fixed before going on break, but maybe it's a more complicated issue. Didn't mean to hop on that. Oh, shoot. That's right, dude. I forgot you did tell me that you guys got COVID.
Detecting
That
additional
is
hostile
very
contact.
unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear it.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Hopefully you've just been able to stay home and rest and play games. That's about the best silver lining one could hope for from that. Oh, they went behind me and jumped back on the minigun. That's diabolical. I can't cut through there at all. Oh my goodness. He's got the beams on me. There you go. Yeah, get off of that gun. Are the two turrets shooting each other? That's kind of funny. Hello. Sorry, I'm falling behind on Chad. Let me look as soon as we clear this point. Why are all of you hanging out here?
Heavily armored hostile detected.
So like right there, I swapped off of
Critical.
EB and I took the full tenacity damage.
Hey, gotta stay away.
Oh, good lord. There we go. Okay. Let me see what I missed. Your modifiers are off, but you're not going to tell them. Who is them? The chat? I think people know, my guy. It has it in the description that if you take off a companion, you get double the passive stats. But if you don't want that and you don't want to deal with the hostile modifiers, you can just deactivate the whole thing. So you have the you have the option to either play with a companion, without one, or with none of the modifiers whatsoever. I just currently don't have a companion slotted in. No, you don't? Okay, well, you know best. I'm sorry I questioned you. What do I know? The one YouTuber that actually helped me through YouTube comments. Tom, I've been watching you ever since. Well, thank you, Lieutenant. I try my best. It's gotten harder. There are more people watching and commenting on my videos than ever, which is amazing, don't get me wrong. But it has restricted my ability somewhat to respond to each and every person, but I try my best, so I'm very glad that I was able to help out. Playing games hours per day, nice. Gotta get back in the zone. Postman, who on earth was doing that and where were they sending it? Let me guess. It was going to Florida. What's up, music? All the best for the new year. Thank you. Any tips for a Division 2 beginner such as myself, apart from playing story and side missions? Should I already start to think about builds? For a Division 2 beginner. So I assume, do you mean, let me clarify before I start talking. Do you mean that you're going to start from, like, level 1 from the very beginning? Gator, I started playing a month ago. Your videos have been really good. So happy to hear it, man. Thanks very much for checking them out and for saying that. And for being here in the stream. I didn't actually want to aggro you guys yet because I still had comments to answer. I did ask for it. I was like, let me go into retaliation so we have more action. Can I see the build when you're done? Yes, just you might have to remind me if I don't pull it up. Razor, very good to see you, my friend. Happy New Year's to you too. Dude, I can't. Can't. Have to fight. Let me, after this control point, we'll just back out and I'll answer questions. Or maybe I can glance while we go here. Your thoughts on the Striga? I love the Striga. It's not like the very top AR in every situation, but just like you said, for the proximity of how close Krampus and all them are, the Striga in general is very good, so I definitely recommend using it. A few level ups, but pretty much from the beginning. I would not worry too much about building at that point in your journey. It's good to at least, like, you know, look at what you're getting and try and have a sense of how the system works, but you essentially just want to equip whatever the highest level stuff is until you get further on, you know? If you want it, I'll link you a video that is intended for people just starting out the game, but then also has a section for when you hit the end game. So I don't know if you want this kind of guide, but just in case you do, I'll put it here. But most of my recommendations as far as like campaign goes is just take your time with it, enjoy. And yeah, don't worry about like putting together builds and doing all this crazy stuff, but just try and absorb the info as you go. See how all the things connect together and work together. That's about the best I can give. GTD, what's up, my guy? You already know what I'm gonna ask about? I do. At some point it will happen. That's the promise I've given, and I intend to keep it. At some point it will happen. Thank you very much for the 10, man. That's very kind of you. You're more than welcome, Music. Enjoy your leveling journey. You only get to do it once. I wish I could go back in your shoes. Richard, upgrading to classified status. What is up, sir? Long time no see. How have you been? And thank you so much for that. Viking as well. What's up, man? Speaking of long time no see, Irvin also joining back up to Rogue Studios. Thank you guys so much. GTD, Richard, Irvin, thank you all for the love and support. All right, this retaliation is about to expire if I don't do this, so let me hit the counter.
Incoming hostiles detected. Heavily armored hostile detected.
I can't see. Let's go around here. Oh, they're spawning right here. And I don't have tenacity. I might die. Oh, wait, we got tenacity? It was not enough. I was at like 0 armor.
Medical assistance
Good
needed.
lord.
Hostile detected.
The spawns. This is why I love retaliation, when you just get everything at once. There we go. All right, good lord, people, what is happening in the chat? I need to back out of this. we're not gonna finish that. Okay. We had GTD, Richard, Irvin, Richard with the 23 months. Happy New Year to you as well, sir.
Partially secure, Agent.
Then sending in 5 gifteds, going to Ricky, GTD, Razor, Jesse, and Pawn Skipper. Welcome, folks. I know some of y'all are here. If everyone else is as well, please send Richard a thank you in the chat for the generosity. And then Tomako coming in with the donation. Thank you so much. Thank you for another wonderful stream this year. I'm looking forward to your streams and videos next year too. Thank you so much for the kindness and for the donation and support, Tomako. I really appreciate it. Y'all are too kind. Good lord. Hydro, shout out. Thank you very much. Everybody's too kind. Truly, I'm incredibly fortunate that we have such an awesome group and community here. Thank you all. Viking said, anything new in Div? I don't know when the last time you played may have been, but we got Retaliations last season. That was the mode I was playing just then. Kind of like a control point rush mode. It was pretty fun. We got Companions this season, which is has had a mixed reception, but it's there. We got a pretty cool winter event and a Halloween one a few weeks back. And then March is looking to be pretty big. That's the 10-year anniversary, so that seems like they're going to drop some pretty big announcements and whatnot. Hope you've been doing well. Roger said, been busy AF. I feel you there. Man, you got to be getting pretty excited for Survivors next year, huh? I mean, not to speak of the dead, but we both remember the the disappointment of Heartland being canceled. Yeah, I'm very hyped for Survivors. It's gonna be quite awesome when that drops. Oh, we got a bounty. Nice. We can go and do that. Do that real quick. I always love how random safe houses just have a lot of people in them. I mean, this one might be because the bounty's here, but Div 2 is very much still popping. It's awesome to see.
Agent detected.
So boring.
Matt as well, coming in with 5 more. Thank you, sir. Going to Frank, Gator, Cody, Chris, and Leaf. Welcome, folks. Again, if you're here, please give Matt a thank you. So much generosity today. Matt, Tamako, Richard, Irvin, and GTD, thank you all so much.
It's too quiet.
Making the end of the year a fantastic one. Heartland, my unborn child. I know. I feel you. I think what's different from Div to other extraction games is that Div is mainly build focused, while others have light build mechanics, so everyone is almost the same. Definitely, I mean, yeah, the looter shooter aspect separates it a lot. But I also think that can be one of its strengths. The fact that you don't lose everything you have on you when you die. You lose what you've collected, but not like your build, right? I think that's a huge incentive for people to potentially play it, whereas they might otherwise not be into even a game like Arc Raiders. So a big difference for sure, but I also think one that potentially works in Division's favor when it comes to accessibility. No way he hit that knife shot. That's crazy. Look, it's sticking out of my head. That's real awkward. Thank you all for answering the quick step question. Yes, the quick step is how I'm running fast. Yeah, Jason, if you, at least on mine, if you double tap the sprint button, or sorry, double tapping it is walk, and then you click it one more time to run. That's how I get it going on my controller. Razor, it should be going to January 6th. Some things pin it as 1 week longer, but I'm pretty sure the 6th is the intended end date. That's what they said to begin, at least. What gun are you using? I've got the Eagle Bearer Exotic on with the new Wingspan skin. That's what we're rocking. Richard with another 10. Thank you, sir. Going to Dale, J. Watts, Flippin' Phil, Swooty, Wayne, Manny, Brand, History, Cosent, Random Squirrel. Welcome, folks. If you're here and I called out your name, give Richard a thank you for his continued generosity. Anyone who's been given a membership to the stream, if you don't know, you get a badge by your name to signify your membership. You get emotes you can use here in the live chat and on the video comments. And if you want to join our Discord server and link your YouTube account in Discord settings, you'll get special access on there as well. Thank you, man. Vanguard, do you mean a winter gift? Or what gift are you referring to? We have before, Brad, but no current plans to do a bunch more. I did recently jump on with Livid. I don't know if anyone watches Livid's content. But we ran a few games and she posted a compilation of those, which was quite good. That was a fun run. We do have a pretty amazing community, Frank. There's no question. Are you multi-streaming on Twitch? Right now I'm not. However, that is something that I would really like to do in 26. I actually want to try and spin it up if I can before Survive Fest comes back at the end of January. That's kind of the goal I'm shooting for. So it is something that I am working on. I do have an account on Twitch, and I already actually put the link in the various places on the channel. So if you want to go and follow me there, the link actually for it I think should be in the description of the stream, but also on the about page of the channel and whatnot. It is one of my goals for 26 is to start doing that. And just to be clear, I'm not going to stop streaming on YouTube. YouTube is always going to be my top priority, but I figure I've gotten enough questions about it over the years. Why not do both at once? If more people want to watch, then cool. I personally, as a watcher, as a viewer, I prefer YouTube because I don't like the ad situation on Twitch. But a lot of people much prefer Twitch, so I just want to offer that option if people want it. Did we get all of them? I can't tell by the radar. I think we did. Oh, no, there's one guy right there. They hide and sneak.
Agent, target spotted.
Yes, exactly. Servant Twitch drops is something that Dave is doing all the time now, so it'd be great to be able to partake in those. If you go Twitch, my Prime will go to you. See, I don't even, like, I understand that terminology, but I don't really understand what it means. I'm really going to need to take, like, a crash course on how Twitch works. But we'll figure it out. We always do. Alright, Krampus. Do your worst. I probably should have activated my companion for this. They're really helpful when they can take the aggro. One free month with Prime. But is that like something you get every month? Like, can I say, oh, I really like this person, so they just have my Prime every month from here on out?
That's your target.
Huh. Oh, there's two of them there? Oh, gotta chill.
Vital signs critical.
I'm gonna die.
Agent incapacitated.
Okay, I see. See? Y'all are helping me learn already. That does make sense, though, now that y'all have explained it that way. Shoot.
Trauma detected.
Oh, I didn't need to pop that. I had Exodus. Don't most people say... Oh, shoot. Dang. I was about to say, I saw the tip that you can actually just lure him out of the room. That probably would have been smart for me to do. Let me swap. We're going to swap one time throughout the whole stream.
Hostile supply convoy.
I want to show you all how strong this version of tipping scales is that I was running yesterday. Because this will tear right through. And we'll also put back on my companion. Okay, I probably missed a ton of chats up here. What's up, Wayne? I have a question. Have you been able to buy anything from Danny? Not been able to for 3 weeks. No items available. I honestly don't think I've been to Danny in the last 3 weeks. I used to do it every week, and I've kind of fallen off. I haven't heard anything about that. I don't know if anyone here maybe experienced something similar. I don't know. Is console UI different, or did you change the settings? How do you mean? If you mean in terms of this, you have the choice between list view and grid view. Maybe that's what you're referring to, but that exists on every platform.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
It's too quiet.
Okay, I'll go to the EB again right after this, but this tipping scales build is quite fun. Got one more key out of that. I should still have the bounty, right? Oh, I have two. I don't know how that happened.
Well, I'd rather be guarding than fighting.
Grid's much nicer. Yeah, I used to stay on list exclusively, but I've kind of changed my ways as of late. It's pretty good.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Where are you going to?
Incoming hostiles detected.
Yeah, 2.3 million. Oh, I should probably actually pick up those, gens, currently the EB is only, aside from its usual sources, it's just available in those winter gear caches. You cannot target farm it. But pretty good odds of getting it from the caches, so worth trying if you want one. Yes, I will show the build as soon as we're done with the bounty here. Full credit on this, though, goes to IKEA. I checked out his video the other day. Yes, Irvin, let me just link you something that I put out closer to when the season began. Because I really enjoyed this one, and I still have it saved. There you go. Link in the chat for Bittersweet. I see Richard and Tamako talking about Division 3 news in 2026. Personally, I would not expect much, if anything. I think Companion being the most helpful as always. I think we might get lucky and get a small bit of something at the anniversary, just because it's the 10th anniversary. And that is like, you know, the big thing on the horizon that people are looking forward to. But I would not expect a release date. I would not expect gameplay or anything of the sort. My prediction, and I'll talk about this more in videos in the coming days, so please still watch those. But my prediction is that if they do give anything, which is not a guarantee at all, maybe we get a logo, like we did with Div 2 back when they first announced it, or like a location confirmation, you know? I foresee them sitting on a couch and talking about it a tiny bit, more so than showing or revealing anything major. End of 26 for sure. I'm not convinced. I think maybe we get a little bit in March, and then that's probably it for 26. But I could be dead wrong. I could be dead wrong. Zombie, I was talking about people were discussing whether or not we'll get Division 3 news in 2026, and so I was giving my thoughts on what we might get, if anything. Which is to say, not much.
Move on that hostile!
But I do think there's a chance that we get a little bit for the 10th anniversary. I was like, I know you're here somewhere. Oh,
Agent down.
that was tragic.
Agent, target spotted.
Already killed him, got taken out by an explosion. Minor logo reveal with location in 26. That's what I think. Is it worth getting into the game if you're new? I'm almost done with Brooklyn and completed the stories, but not sure what the point of the game is besides that. So, Division is very much a, you know, live service MMO light style of game. So if you've ever played anything like World of Warcraft or Destiny, follows a very similar model where there's continual content drops. They will expand the story over time, add new gear and loot to chase and whatnot. So it's just kind of like an ever-growing platform and game. If that is an experience that you think and enjoy, then totally I think it's worth getting into. But it's not for everybody. Some people just like to do campaign and then dip out, and that's totally cool. So yeah, look, already got Krampus down. This build is very good. This guy's right above me.
What the hell? Looks like you earned yourself another
All right, for
bounty.
those who wanted to
Well
see the
done.
build, here you go. Full credit on this goes to IKEA, who has a very informative and fantastic YouTube channel. Recommend checking him out. But he was going over some of the best, like from a math perspective, some of the best tipping scales loadouts. And so 4 tipping scales with the backpack, overdogs, equalizer. His recommendation was a classic M60, which I don't normally run, but I've been having fun with it. Rolling rate of fire actually gets you more value than damage to armor or crit chance. So yeah, that's what we're rocking. Everybody's diving into the Div 3 stuff now. Hopefully Texas, Chicago, different states. Detroit, Natalia's home country. Oh, that's weird, Peter. I'm not sure, man. Hopefully it's good now, though. How you doing, dude? You know what's funny? Helco, until you mentioned it just now, I completely forgot that was a feature. I completely forgot Smart Cover did that. I was using it purely for the weapon handling and the detalk, but you're totally right. You can auto reload. So if we pop it. Yeah, now it's reloaded. That's so funny. I forgot that was a part of it. Paris, back to New York winter. What's up, Mallory? Good to see you. Div 3, what did I miss? Oh, we're just talking about the original conversation was, will we get news for Div 3 in 26? And now everyone's talking about their speculation on it. All right, how many keys do we have? 8. That's not bad. We do have one more bounty. I say let's run it. They're going to cancel Div 3 and give us E3 Div 1 that we wanted from the trailer.
Detected.
I would say more likely Div 3 just looks a hell of a lot like that 2013 trailer.
Fucking bored.
So yeah, Libertarian, I was telling people that my prediction is that maybe, not for sure, but maybe they give us like a logo reveal and maybe like a location confirmation at the 10th anniversary. Otherwise, I don't think we'll get much in 26. But I think if they were going to do it, that makes a lot of sense to give us some stuff at the 10th anniversary.
It's too quiet. Target is near you, Agent.
Yes. I don't know who was asking about it, but Alan is correct. There is some kind of PvP update in the works, which I'm very excited for. What's up, Chico? How you doing? I had a wonderful Christmas, and I'm looking forward to New Year's. Hope you did too. Thanks for being here. I can't even see them through the loot piles. Alright, get up there, companion. You gonna help me this time? That was a, a missed throw on my part. Did not mean to put the decoy on top of me. Yeah, look at those, like 3.2 million crit to the head. That's crazy. Those are some crazy numbers. Melting through those names like they're nothing. Is there still another one? What is he shooting at? He's shooting at the guys upstairs, I guess. What gun is that? This is the classic M60 with rate of fire and measured. Yeah, Firehawk, I think that Survivors is going to be a very good test of
Bringing the trap.
that theory. Because I agree that Division 1 had far more compelling atmosphere than Division 2 does. And I anticipate Survivors looking amazing, but I am really curious to see, does it live up to the same... Like, was Div 1 just fueled by so much nostalgia and good, like, placement setting too because of New York or Christmas time? Or is it really the snow that drives the atmosphere and immersion? I think Survivors is gonna give us a good gauge of that since we'll finally see snow somewhere else, you know? Come on now. I cannot aim this thing for the life of me.
Jesus. That's your target.
Chico, thank you so much for joining up to Rogue Studios. Some good thanks. Went on a 3-hour walk in the woods today to get rid of some... Dude, I'm jealous. I wish I had 3 hours to spare to go on a nice long walk. That sounds very refreshing. Thank you very much for joining up and supporting the channel. Very much appreciated. You get the badge, you get the emotes, you get Discord access if you're so inclined. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, currently I'm... Oh! Wow, I got caught on that. Currently I'm prepping a bunch of videos because I'm going to be leaving town again on Tuesday. So I have to try and make sure stuff is ready for that. Oh, I'm getting shot through the window. No!
Agent out of action.
Revive me, please. Please.
I'll break your fucking skull.
Wow, that was aggressive. I'd rather you just revive me, man. Oh, although... Oh, I didn't know the ones you hadn't recruited yet could get you. That's cool. Oh! You almost had it. You still almost had it. Please.
Jesus.
Please.
That's close enough.
There we go.
Target down. Good job.
Oh, man.
What the hell?
Fortunately, though, they finished off Krampus while I was down. That's pretty sick. Point blanked him with an RPG and then teleported upstairs. That was a crazy trick he just pulled. I've seen them pick each other up. Oh, cool. Yeah, I really didn't know they could do all that. By the way, Zombie as well joined up to Rogue Studios. Thank you so much. Y'all have been absolutely amazing today. For some reason, they changed the YouTube view of... Like, it used to show me how many new members we've had this stream and everything, but I don't get to see it now. I don't know why. So, I don't know how many new members we have, but it's been quite a lot. Zombie and Chico, thank you both again for the kindness. Shoot it, Vanguard. What's up? Alright, there we go. Bounty done. Oh, Chica said, finally, I tried to become a member for months now. Can buy it from where I live. You're very welcome. Late Christmas gift from you to me. That's incredibly kind. Thank you. That's weird about the region thing, but I guess that is sort of the deal with internet purchases and whatnot. Very kind of you to keep it in mind for that long and to finally do it. Thank you. Happy holidays to you too. Congratulations on 131. Did we just hit it? This morning we were at like 130, 950 or something. So I didn't know if it would happen today or not, but that's amazing. Thank you all so much for that. The growth this year has been insane. Again, I'm putting out like a retrospective video tomorrow where I go into it a bit more. But we've gotten over, I mean, now we're probably pushing 52,000 new subscribers in 2025 alone. It's been off the charts. So I'm beyond thankful. It's amazingly cool. Thank you all. Vanguard, I was answering your question about that earlier on in the stream. I don't remember the timestamp for it, but I went into a whole thing. But it boils down to my biggest advice is you just have to find something that you genuinely enjoy and a type of content, right? If you just try and do stuff because it's popular or you think it'll get views, maybe it works for you in the short term, but you're much less likely to find a sustainable model and success with that down the line. I do this at heart because I love The Division and I love making the videos that I do. So I think that is what works for me. Oh, it's all good. I just wanted to let you know that that's in there earlier in the stream. It's about when I was taking on the target practice in Constitution Hall. In case you want to scroll back, I remember that's when I was going into it. What's your favorite build and don't include Striker? So that's a threat. Don't include Striker. My favorite build in Div 2. I mean, it probably has to be the Slayer build that I run in the DZ. I've ran this for the longest time now, and it's always just treating me well. So probably that. Postman bringing back the line. Where is Kelso? At the end of 2025, we don't know where Kelso is, but she did have to go. So at least we know that. Because that's Slayer 5.0 it is. Chico, thank you again for having made the EB more attractive by sharing your love for it. All the missed membership months. My goodness, you certainly did not have to do that. That's so kind of you. Thank you. I know a lot of people were appreciative that I made that Eagle Bear video. A lot of people still hated on it in there, and that's okay. Everyone can have their own opinion, but I will always stand up for my beloved. Thank you very much for that. And again, certainly no one is obligated in any way, shape, or form to be a member of the channel, but I appreciate it more than you know. Chico, thank you. Okay, here's the problem with Slayer 5.0, people. I just did 4.0 like 2 months ago because I had finally done enough testing to where I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to run it with efficient instead, and that was like a pretty big change. Then they add unit alloys, and that's like clearing away the best thing. So there is a new version. This is it. All I did, though, was swap out the 2-piece Walker and Harris for 2 unit alloys with the salvo, and that's it. It works very well. Currently, I don't know if I'm actually going to do a dedicated 5.0 video, but what I am going to do is that just like at the start of every new year, I like to do those like top recommended videos top recommended builds for the year. And I'm going to do a Dark Zone one where this is the this is the one. So it will get a video spotlight, but I don't know if I'm going to do a 5.0 one since I just did 4 recently. But yeah, this is the latest. And we can go give it a try. We don't have much else to do at this point, so let's go DZ. Richard's heading out. Very good to see you, man. Thank you so much for coming in with so much generosity and love, my guy. Hope we get to talk soon. And certainly when Survivors drops, I better see you in there. But take care, man. Did we finally get an EB skin? Oh, we did. Oh, we did. And now you get to see me slotted in live on my PvP build. Bam. Oh, it's glorious. Oh, it's wonderful. I'm just go and save that. Maybe put on a different mask. Check on Danny first. What is today? Danny won't be there, sadly. It's Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. I think Sunday, Monday. So not till tomorrow. But I definitely will check, Wayne, just to see if there's anything weird going on. And if so, I'll be sure to report it. If you have any way to send me pictures or clips of that happening too, I can also make a report on your behalf. Where do you get this gun? Normally, the Eagle Bear is exclusive to the Dark Hours raid. You also have a very small chance to get it from the Dark Zones. But with the current winter event, you do have a chance to get it out of these winter gear caches, which is the most accessible that it's ever been. We have 12 keys. Should we see what we get? We can crack these open quick before we go DZ. Yes, Tamako EB is what people shorten up for Eagle Bearer. Let's see if we get anything good in these. I've gotten 2 Ouroboros and 1 Regulus so far in the event, and I've not opened that many of these. Most of mine went to the donation and the apparel. Well, let's see what else we can get. 2 Hunter Killers. Yeah, I feel you, Mallory. I definitely do. And a lot of people share that viewpoint. Yeah. I did like your idea about the winter event skin, yeah. About the hunter stuff. Yeah, I kind of agree. I just got the huntsman there. I do think it's a little weird to give out the hunter stuff when... I mean, obviously you still get the masks for doing the hunters. But it felt like a nice reward to have that at the end. Ah, we got one. Nice. Well, there you go. As you can see, right here, on the live stream, you can get an Eagle Bear out of these caches. Thanks, game, for making me look good. That's it, unsub. Now I'm going to leave you on the screen while I take a nice, long sip of my water. Enjoy. There's the streamer lock. Listen. I only paid Ubisoft $500 to get me good RNG throughout the year. My period ends, tomorrow when we roll over into 26, so I need to re-up with them. But that's a joke, by the way, for anyone for anyone unclear. How much longer is the event going for? At least until January 6th. That is when they have said the event is ending. For whatever reason, in-game it says it's going for 1 week longer. But I would count on January 6th being the day to get stuff done by. Dodge City. Bell ringer. Berto, that was the subject of much discussion earlier in the stream. Inconclusive is the answer. I asked people, I was like, people who know guns more than I do, what is this? And half the people said a compensator, half said a suppressor. Well, we'll say 45 and 45, and then like 10% said neither. So it's unclear, but the noise on the gun has not changed. It still sounds like the regular Eagle Bear. And a Liberty. Alright, but there we go. I've at least gotten one of each of the exclusive gun. Oh my goodness. Do they all come with that good of rolls? Oh my god. Maybe this is streamer luck. That's a beaut right there. 10% detox. And you know what we're going to do? Deconstruct. I'm kidding. Well, we are going to, but I won't be that that blunt about it. 15 I could donate a maxed out swap speed. Not that I'm ever going to use that, but at least it'll be in my library. Let's just call it a muscle breaking call today. I can go with that. That's totally good. I take back my membership. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry if you're still hunting for one. We still got time. There's still a week left to the event. I believe I hereby cast out my best RNG wishes to all who are watching the stream. I will provide a warning. I am about to deconstruct this, so close your eyes and cover your ears if you don't want to see that. But I have no use for another Eagle Bear. I'll take the exotic component. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's over. It's over. You can look again. The bad things have happened. You violated the law. Just like that, millions of voices cried out. Someone asked what the drip is. The drip is dripping. I've got the Let's Go shirt, the Trace pants, the Capitol Police boots. Of course, we have the Death Roll backpack, which is my favorite backpack. The Ward gloves. Got the RogueGold patch, because of course. The Timepiece backpack trophy. Rain of Fire mask. And then the chest piece that I like a lot is the breaking point one, because it's very flat and it makes sure that the backpack doesn't have too much of a gap. So I just like how that ends up looking.
Good to see you, kid.
Thinking about getting another tattoo.
Oh my god, people are still debating over what what this attachment is on the front of the skin. Suppressor, no doubts, flash hider. There is some name. This is it right here. The wingspan. The little scales and feathers move out when you proc tenacity. It's pretty cool. Frank, we were talking about, I don't think you were here yet, but we were talking about that earlier. I said that I'm not going to say it's likely, but I could totally see a reality where they show up in March for the anniversary and they say Division 2 is getting crossplay. Only reason being, the things that they always said were never going to happen in Division 2 were snow and crossplay. And what are we now getting? Because Massive is back working on Div 2, snow. So I 100% think it is a possibility. I'm not going to say it's likely, and that is in no way been hinted at. I'll be clear, but I think it's totally a possibility. So we can finally team up. I know it would be huge. And they know it's a requested thing. Especially if Div 2 is going to be around for another, heading into 26, we'll say like 2 years before Div 3. That would still be a big game changer. And I think a lot of people would appreciate it.
Would all off-duty guards return to the perimeter at once? I repeat,
Chico, I did. Although actually, the team granted me the skin so I could show it off to people. So I kind of cheated. But yes, you will have another chance starting on the 22nd of January. Survive Fest is going to be coming back. So we'll be sure and do another... I'll do a video to let people know. But yeah, this is the serum skin for that, if you didn't pick it up. You'll have a chance to get this again later on in January. All right. Dock zone. And I know some people said they want to jump in. Let me see first if I can find one that has anybody in it. Because I might be trying to shoot some people. Fair warning. But I think... I forget who it was. Oh, I think Espresso wanted in? Somebody else. It's kind of snow. Snow and Survivors is going to be a side load, so not really in D2 engine. Can you elaborate, Wayne? To be clear, I'm pretty novice when it comes to game dev. I've learned some things over the years from following Division and whatnot, but I'm not quite familiar with what you're referring to.
Dark zone drop available. Safe area detected.
Nobody in any of the zones, huh? I'm down for a manhunt. It seems like there's nobody in here. Hang on, I'm just trying to be fair. I'm trying to see who said they wanted to join earlier. So I'm not... Okay. I'm going to invite Espresso, Dredgen, and Nikito because they were the first to say. But if anyone drops out or we do get some people, Trivi, then I will happily get you in so we can hit a manhunt. Let me switch to this real quick while I do that. It says Akito is not online. Tisk tisk, he's not ready. Let me just smash these numbers in. The survivors will be a door into Survivors from D2 in a new world, new engine. It won't be in the existing D2 framework. How do you know this? I don't think that's been confirmed, has it? Or is that just like because of the nature of what it is, that's what it's going to be? I could be completely completely brain dead taking this right now. But I would love to understand better. Why won't... Okay. Don't do this to me, Xbox. Let me invite people, please. Some name I love the spirit, but I'm pretty sure it's much more complicated than that. Otherwise, they would have done it sooner than now, you know? That is how they will give us snow and crossplay. Well, I guess we will see, won't we? I'm excited either way. Yeah, Dredgen, let me try yours. I tried typing in Espressos twice, and it didn't want to let me invite. Let me see if it lets me invite you. Sorry, everybody. We'll switch back to the game in just a sec. Okay, I can invite Dredgen. Set the group to public. Yeah, I tried that. It let me invite everyone else. Let me type your name in again. There we go. Now it works. All right.
Another agent has joined your group.
Think the devs will start to phase old console gens from content in near future. I don't know if they're going to do it in one fell swoop, or kind of the approach they seem to be taking now is just like slowly sunsetting them. There's been numerous examples that I've come across or heard about where old gen is just kind of not functioning in some ways. People are saying there's a lot of like despawns happening. Aikido even on here was talking about how hit reg was getting pretty bad. So I think they're kind of at the point where it still functions, but it might not really work that well. Which maybe is the best way to go. They're still getting the funding and the money from those players and still allowing them access, but they can't guarantee that that's like the optimal way to play. Sean, this is the build right here that we're about to run in with. Eagle Bear, Catharsis, Everyday Carrier, Salvo, one of the piece of unit alloys, Contractors, Foxes.
Transmission range limited. Proximity coverage only.
Mallory, thank you for stopping by. Since it's the end of the year, I will say thank you, as always, for being wonderful and being an integral part of our community throughout the year. As anyone in the Discord would know, we would not have that if it weren't for you. Thank you, thank you. Your luck just got me my first EB. Psycho, congrats. Sometimes it just takes some wishing. Congrats though, I hope you like it.
Now detecting
I can hear someone has the bell ringer going. Does the EB skin add any effects? It has one reactive element, which actually just went there, but I didn't demonstrate it well. When you pop tenacity, the little scales on the side flare out, and then they go back in when it's over. So like if I get a headshot kill, you can see the scales are out now. And there's a little sound effect too. And then listen for when it closes up. There they go down. So yeah,
hostiles detected.
I think it's cool. Oh, the bell ringer.
Now detecting contaminated gear.
Need to pop a new pry objective.
Landmark cleared.
Me as well, Mallory, me as well. Wayne, that I can confirm was not the case. I can't elaborate. Maybe in like 10 years I can, but that was not a major contributing factor to that. We can just go hit the next land shark this way. No, the scope does not work on the skin, sadly. Well, I say sadly. I'd probably prefer it doesn't work because this is just a me problem. I grip my controller way too hard when I'm in a fight, and I end up accidentally scoping whenever that's an option. Why are the landmarks so far away from each other? I'm gonna check if this chest is up. Crew. Land shark. I mean, you know, landmark's boring. It's gotta be land. Oh, this one just spawned. Perfect. Perfect.
Engaging landmark.
Do you need a doctor in the DZ?
Contaminating.
I'm not 100% sure what you mean. Part of me wants to interpret that as that's a threat to come kill us in the dark zone. In which case, sure. Go for it. Complete a conflict match.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Icy, always watch your videos. Hadn't watched the stream yet. Glad I could tune in. I'm glad you could as well. Thank you very much for being here. We have a good time. We ramble. And we ramble. And then we ramble a little more. It's great. But thank you very much for taking the time out of your day. Does the EB and Oro rarity matter to you at all? Event felt kind of free. Yeah, I mean, I am normally of the more hardcore and elitist perspective, as I think a lot of people know. I would probably not have personally chosen to make them that easily accessible, but it's happened now. Like, there's no, you can't really put the genie back in the bottle, and that doesn't mean I'm not happy for people who had wanted one and now have one. I just tend to think that rarity and exclusivity kind of matters to a game like this, but it is 7 years old, so what you gonna do? You're the only one that accidentally scopes at times. I know, right? I really just wish I could remap every game so that clicking the stick does not scope in, but it's normally not an option. This is a skin, Mel. A skin for the Eagle Bear. I think you meant, do you need a healer in your group? That probably makes a lot more sense. Livid's here. What's going on, Livid? How you doing? I was shouting out your video earlier. Somebody was asking if I plan to stream more Arc Raiders, and I was like, I have no current plans, but I did play with Livid, and she put up a great compilation on her channel. How were your holidays, Livid?
Contaminated gear detected. Landmark.
It came out today, username. It dropped today. It's quite cool. Any hopes for the PvP update, Rogue? Oh, I could go on for hours. But I mean, I think like my top line wishes are get expertise and shade level out of the DZ. Shade level I've never really cared about as much, but expertise in particular, get that out. And then really just balancing. Like, there's so many different build types and stats and areas that I think could be balanced far better. I just want a smoother experience, you know? Of course, I would love more content and like new conflict maps and whatever, but I think that comes secondary to getting the experience under control. So, yeah. Expertise removal and wide-scale balancing, I would say, are my top two hopes for it. I mean, if they want to drop a conflict map in there too, I would not complain, but to me, that's not as high of a priority.
Contaminated gear detected. Now detecting contaminated gear.
Yeah, I agree with you, Tribby. I do. And sorry if I'm not saying your name right, by the way, but that made the most sense to my brain. You think they're planning something big for the anniversary in Division 2? I do. Well, I think just in general, they're planning big things for the anniversary, right? There have been suggestions, and I mean, it's even on the roadmap that some kind of content is coming out in March, which is great. But I just think with them doing Survive Fest, with them dropping 60 FPS for Div 1 on PS5, with the chance for them to drop Division 3 news, I think March is going to be big for the overall franchise, Division 2 included. That is my prediction. And it's really awesome that we don't have to wait very long for that to get it. Plus, as I just did a video on the other day, they're apparently going to be previewing and premiering whatever some of that stuff is on January 11th, 12th in Japan. So that's like very soon. We can go right back up top. This one spawned in.
DZ drop incoming.
For the limited time events like the buffed stats, what do you think about one where we could equip as many exotics as we like? Interesting idea. A lot of people have said they hope that that just becomes a thing. I've never been a huge fan of that idea because I think you would need to take a lot more consideration into balancing than just turning that toggle. Like, these items have been designed with the idea of only one in mind. But, yeah, having one weekend where you could do as many exotics as you want, I could be down. That could be quite cool. The other one that I know I gave feedback on a long while ago is that they should do one where it's like double or tripled, or I don't know what percentage, but some amount of increase chance to get the exclusive drops out of the Dark Zone for that weekend. That might not hit as hard now as it would have before the winter events where they made them a lot easier to get, but in general, I think that would have been cool. Died again with the 2. Thank you for the awesome content. Keep them coming. Thank you, sir. That's very kind of you. I appreciate it. Sorry, I had like a windpipe issue there. Thank you. Everybody has been so kind and generous this stream and this year. So, thank you again. Do you think everyone being able to get the exclusive exotics easily means they're preparing for a Division 3 release announcement? No. I can see why that logic would be there, but I can essentially promise you that Division 3 is still a long ways out. That's just pretty agreeable from the information that we know about its development.
Now detecting contaminated gear.
What gun is this? This is the Eagle Bearer with the new wingspan skin. It's quite cool. What's up, Malicite? Is farming the event worth my time? Only thing I really want is a Regulus. Certainly, I think the vast majority have agreed that it's been a pretty darn fair implementation so far. I mean, getting a Regulus is still, you know, rare out of the caches, but I've gotten one. So many other people I know have gotten one, along with the EB and the Ouroboros. So I think the primary takeaway is that this winter event is pretty generous overall.
Now detecting contaminated gear.
when there's a fire sale on a barrel is when diphtheria is close. Probably not wrong. What you think of the EB skin? I personally like default more. I can't blame you for that. I mean, the default one is beautiful. And I said for a long time that I didn't think they could add a skin that was better than the default. I don't know if I will say this is better, but I like it a lot. I'm probably going to be rocking it. I really appreciate that they kept the core chassis and identity of the gun with the red-orange look that it's always had. I think that was a very respectable way to do it. But I like the skin a lot personally.
Incoming hostiles detected.
I vote for a survival night with Livid, Rogue, and Splinter. I would be down. I know last time for Survive Fest, DJ and DM me and he was like, hey, are you around? And I was not at the time, but they were seeing if I wanted to jump in. So I'd love to set something up for the return in January.
Landmark cleared.
Metal Chick, what's up? I don't think you answered my question about retaliation. I probably missed it. I'm sorry. There's been so much happening in the chat. Feel free to resend it, EVN. Oh, are we trying to go for the drop? I can get with that. We got to sprint, though, if we're going to make it down there. Or I don't know if we are. Maybe someone pinged that a while ago. The skin is a lot better than the St. Elmo's one. I agree. I genuinely, maybe even more so than the Eagle Bear, I don't know if they could ever come up with a skin for the St. Elmo's that would make me use it over the base model. St. Elmo's is pretty beautiful. But yeah, that skin, it's not bad. It just doesn't really stick with the core theme or identity of what the Elmo's is. Chico, I've got the everyday carrier on this one with perfect efficient. Did you guys see the new Marvel trailers? You mean Avengers Endgame 2? I saw the Steve Rogers one, but I've yet to see the others. I don't know if they dropped online already. I've got so many thoughts on that, but it's probably not worth getting into in the stream here. DJ said several times they wants to set something up. Yeah, we've been talking. It's entirely my fault. I am regularly busy, so I need to make time for it. They dropped Thor's. Alright, I need to go and watch that then after this. Yeah, Postman, apparently there's going to be like 4 in total. I don't know. It's a whole thing. I don't doubt that the movie could still be cool, but I question their decision to just go right back to the OG cast and cast aside everything they did for the last 4 years.
Now detecting contaminated gear.
Hope the community made enough buzz for them to consider buffing the EB. The thing is, like, yes, you could give it a little bit of damage on tenacity, but if you buff it too much, like, it's already pretty good. I know it's not nearly as good as it used to be, 100%. But it's really not that bad.
Has gone offline.
Oh, Akito disconnected. Like, I stand by what I said in my video about it. Tenacity lets you do stuff that no other weapon does. And that alone is pretty powerful. If they want to give it like a 10 or 15% damage buff on Tenacity proc, then sure, I'm down, but it's going to go right back to best in slot pretty quickly if you start messing around with buffing it.
Landmark cleared.
And to be clear, that's not to say I wouldn't be in favor, but I think it's worth recognizing that it's already still quite good. I do, bro plays. I do like it. I totally see your complaint, and I won't say you're wrong.
Dark zone drop expired.
I just think I've been swooned because they made something cool for the Eagle Bear. But I will say I think out of all the more like futuristic or unrealistic apparel and skins they've been adding, this one is probably not as
Reconnected.
egregious as some. But I do take your point.
Contaminated gear detected. Incoming hostiles detected.
Something has to be best in slot, right? Might as well be the EB. I mean, hey, I won't argue with you there. If they want to go back to that meta, I will not complain.
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Contaminated gear detected.
Capacitor is still the best looking weapon in the game. It's not, I don't think it's the best personally, but I do think it looks quite cool. Talk about, we were talking earlier about hopes for the PvP balance pass. Why on earth can the capacitor get damage to armor and out of cover? That is like the sole reason why
Landmark cleared.
it is so overused in PvP. I don't think that should be a thing whatsoever. I'm sure people will hate me for saying that, but that's okay. Sorry to ask again, but can you actually use the scope on the new EB skin? Oh, no worries. You cannot. It's just for show. When I click in my stick, nothing happens. Finally got the quick step. Nice. Congrats. It is definitely a game changer. That's for sure. It's a shame that you lose the feather. That would be nice. That would be cool if they still had the feather on there. I mean, the classic EB is still
Contaminated gear.
in a class of its own. Like, the new one, I don't think replaces it. It's just a very cool new take. You know? It's a different spin. That's what it is. But the classic will always be very, very cool. Yeah, you can, Anonymous. It is permanently listed in the, like, skin part of the store. But also, that bird.
Landmark engaged.
What are you doing in here? It doesn't know where to go.
Now detecting contaminated gear. Incoming hostiles detected.
Right here, you get to catch a wall. Oh, it's clipping through the wall a little bit. It's actually mostly staying within the bounds of the room, though. Can it Can it find its way out? Y'all better not dare. If these ads somehow kill this bird.
Contaminated gear. Incoming hostiles detected.
To finish my thought from earlier, the EB skin is permanently in the skin section, but you also can buy the bundle, and it's like slightly discounted if you get the bundle compared to the thing by itself. Because reasons.
Contaminated gear detected. Landmark.
Where's the
cleared.
bird? Did it get out? Maybe it went free. I guess we'll never know. The eagle wants its EB back. Where can you get the quick step now? From the winter gear cache as part of the winter event. Yeah, we can run over and get these next two. I only want them to buff the control on the EB, not the damage. Well, if you use it for long enough, and by long enough I mean like 6 years, you can get it controlled pretty well. But yeah, it definitely has more recoil than a lot of
Hostiles detected.
guns. Here's another hot take for the stream. In Division 3, I hope more guns feel like the Eagle Bear. Bam. I think I miss when weapon control had a little bit of mastery to it. I like that in Division 1 there was recoil.
Contaminated
Division 2 tends to have pretty much none on the majority of its of its weapons. Plus, you can just get weapon handling so easily now that what little recoil there is doesn't matter too much.
Contaminated gear detected. Now detecting contaminated gear.
Is there no more PvP in the DZ? There is. We just have no one in our server at the moment.
Detected. Landmark has been cleared.
How long did it take you to get expertise level 30? I wasn't really trying after I hit like 22, 23. I was just never someone who like grinded out expertise as much as I possibly could. So I only hit 30 in the last... It was probably right around when Brooklyn came out, I think. So, earlier this year. "100% agree, guns are too easy to handle in Div 2. Yeah. And I know not everyone will love that, but I just think it creates more immersion, more build options. I mean, if you want like a laser gun, then sure, spec into weapon handling, but that should be like your thing then. Whereas in 2, you can pretty much get laser guns and a ton of damage.
Incoming hostiles detected. Incoming hostiles detected.
Yeah, I see the difference in gun control. It's whenever I go back and play survival is where I'm like, oh, there's actual... I actually have to control my weapon here.
Contaminated gear detected. Landmark has been cleared.
Have the devs ever stated why they basically erased recoil for most guns in 2? I
Contaminated
don't
gear.
recall hearing an explanation. I'd have to try and hunt down Thylander in DMs one day, because I think he was still 3C lead on 2. But yeah, I don't know. I do have a suspicion though that Division 3 is going to mirror. What's that smart user in this building? I have a suspicion that Div 3 is going to lean a lot more towards what Division 1 was. That would be my guess. In terms of atmosphere, immersion, guns, maybe sound design. Again, not to discredit Division 2. I think we can all agree that Div 2 is still a very impressive and beautiful game in its own right. But I think if you look at, like, if you were just to take all the feedback online and put it side by side, people tend to enjoy those elements a lot more in Div 1 than they did in Div 2. So at the point at which you're getting the chance to make a third game, why not
Detecting
lean
additional
for
hostile
those
contacts.
elements more? RPG, I am on Xbox.
Contaminated gear. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
I don't know if anyone has brought this to your attention, but Heartbreaker is not working as intended. Repulsing the enemies but not getting the bonus armor.
Now detecting
I was using Heartbreaker maybe 2 days ago, and it was working for me. Have you tried unequipping and re-equipping one piece of
has been cleared.
Heartbreaker? Sometimes certain gear sets just get bugged out to where you just have to do that quick re-equip and it'll fix stuff like that. But yeah, I've not noticed anything like that on my end.
Get ready to lose another.
Contaminated gear detected.
Akito got the apartment SMG, nice. A good old callback to the house. Crypto says Division 3 is gonna be wild. I sure hope so. I sure hope so. How do you mean, Malicite, in terms of what we were just talking about, or? I've not played either of those for reference. I know of Path of Exile, but I've not played. Anytime I see PoE, my brain always goes to Prison of Elders before Path of Exile. No, Postman, I'm full crit on here. Crit all around.
Detected.
I didn't realize my backpack was missing that much crit damage. Two fixed a lot of problems under the hood that they couldn't address with one's engine. That's why they made 2 in the first place, but 1 felt like a more cohesive game.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
I mean, I also think you can't discredit that overall 2 just is a lot more smooth for me in terms of like animation, The animations themselves, I think I actually prefer in 1 a lot more, but the smoothness between like cover climbing and running and all that stuff, I think feels better in 2. I think quality of life is vastly superior in 2 in terms of inventory management, loot management, drops on the ground, all that stuff.
Cleared.
So it's not like Division 2 is not superior in many categories, but I think many just prefer the overall arts, gameplay, story direction that Div 1 had. Div 3, the true sequel to Div 1. And maybe we're completely wrong. Maybe we get the reveal and they're like, we're going summertime again, and you're in, I don't know, whatever location. We'll be like, all right, well, we'll strap in and see, but I don't think they'll do that. What is that gun? It is the Eagle Bear with the new wingspan skin. The good old EB has got a facelift. One of the biggest things Div 3 needs to do is dramatically scale back options on gear, by allowing any stats on any slot. Yeah, I hope we get a big redesign to the gear. Gear 2.0 served its purposes, and I think in some ways it works well, but it's not my cup of tea. I think they really need to redesign. What's crazy to think about, though, is that we have played for longer with Gear 2.0 than all of the other gear systems combined.
Contaminated gear.
Because it's March 20... Oh, there's a trap right there. There's a trap. I saw it.
Trap disabled.
It was March 2016 to March 2020 for Warlords, and now it's been 2020 almost all the way to 26. So we've had Gear 2.0 for, longer than all of the other systems combined. But for me, it's far too simplistic.
Engaging landmark. Detecting contaminated gear. Extraction called for.
What was the trap for? They set those up for the ambushers. If you run over the tripwire, you get blinded, and then some of the ambusher faction try and jump out and get you. A balance between 1 and 2 hemisphere. I mean, in general, I think this is the trend you tend to see across a lot of franchises. That is the value of a third game. You do one game, you then have a chance to make another one. You don't 100% know what's going to stick and what's not. Generally, there's some improvements made, but you take a swing at a new thing. But then if you get the chance to do a third one, you then get to say, here's what worked in 1 and what didn't. Here's what worked in 2 and what didn't. Let's take what worked in both and make 3. And hopefully that's the approach that they take.
Contaminated gear.
We will not know until we see it. But I think with, nearly a decade of feedback to pull from, hopefully they can make some good choices.
Helo arrived.
All right, crew, we're going to extract this. If any of y'all want to run like one conflict game, I'm down. And then I probably gotta split for this one. But we'll get one little PvP fix if anyone's in. Didn't they rework some gear during Project Resolve? Not like Gear 2.0, but yeah. They did a good amount of balancing with Resolve, and then they did some exotic reworks that were a bit more inventive. like making the Lady Death mag bonus stack with your mag size, which opened new build options, stuff like that was pretty cool. But yeah, Gear 2.0 was its whole own beast. Need to give me back my ability to run a complete exotic build like in Div 1. We were talking about that earlier. I just don't think that works in Div 2 with the way they've designed the exotics. Div 1 exotics were across the board not that powerful. There were certain standouts like the House and the Alejandro and, you know, all the other ones. But exotics were kind of not that great in Div 1, whereas they were designed into with the idea that you can't mix and match them. So I think you would have to do some pretty significant retuning to allow for use of all of them at once. Dredgen got a Bullet King, nice. Someone else can have the component. I don't like Div 2 exotics for that reason. Oh, I prefer Div 2, their approach to it personally. I would prefer they be more meaningful and be more limited. Alright, I assume this group is down for conflict. I didn't see anybody say otherwise. Oh, that's all good, Dredgen. We're just going for fun. No worries. And so the bells begin. Is this annoying yet for the stream? 7 out of 8. Give us one more. Ugh. I hate McNair, but I will always vote domination. Capacitor, capacitor, Ouroboros, capacitor. This is exactly why I say capacitor should not be able to roll damage to armor and damage turrets out of cover on one gun. That is silly. I hope they change it. Beat the build. Oh, I saw it for a flash. I saw that capacitor. I mean, there's nothing wrong with using it. Like, clearly it's one of the best items to use with the current balancing, but I just don't know why. Why? Why would we go that route when no other gun works that way? It's a whole clan.
Capture and hold more points.
Let's see what happens.
The objectives will soon be ready. Lock and load.
Hostile drone detected. Hostile explosive seeker mine detected.
Are they going up top?
Hostile artillery turret
Yes.
detected.
The domination points are ready to be captured.
Hang on, let me make sure we get this.
Hostile stinger hive detected.
Point Charlie
That's two
is
down.
being held by your squad. Point Bravo is now held by your team.
Oh, you know what we can do? None of them got A. We can just watch that. I'm not even gonna go for the cap. Oh, they're down below already? Okay, maybe this wasn't the best positioning. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have challenged Ouroboros Umbra in the face.
Agent incapacitated. Agent. Vital signs 0.
Point Alpha has been taken by the enemy.
Malicide, I've got a full video coming out tomorrow that is exactly that. It's like 15 minutes of me reflecting and looking ahead, so I can probably, or I probably put it a lot more eloquently there than I could here. But it's been a phenomenal year. Best year for the channel ever, which is insane.
Bravo has been taken
Lots of incredible opportunities with going to Massive, the creator collaboration, getting 100,000. And next year I think it's going to be big as well in its own way. That's the general, that's the mad TLDR of what tomorrow's video will be.
has been captured by the enemy. The enemy is winning.
Well, we had a good
Capture the
start, but I
controllers
think
to turn it around.
this might not be turning out well.
Agent down. An agent needs assistance. Serious trauma detected. Agent down. Hostile artillery turret detected.
Division 3 is going to be great. Trust.
0.
I trust. I believe.
Agent
I hope.
down.
Thank you, Chico. Yeah, I
Booster deactivate.
like I said, that's that video tomorrow will put it all a lot nicer than I would be able to here, but it has been an unforgettable year, no question.
Hostile.
My main goal is to take this back before
Hostile stinger hive detected.
going for a bunch of kills, because that'll stop the
An agent
Stop the-
needs assistance.
Point
They
Alpha
behind us
was
somewhere?
captured by your team.
There we go. It's not over yet.
The enemy is halfway to
Oh.
win this.
Malicide, I just felt a physical reaction to that.
Specialization
Please never bring back the shock turret. Okay, I think our best hope is going to be staying unpredictable here, so I'm going to try and
Bravo is being held by your squad.
get an angle they might not anticipate. I don't quite know how to go about that, but honestly, I don't think triple capping is our. Oh. I don't know how he didn't see me, but I'm thankful for it.
A friendly is claiming the supply drop.
They're on beat.
Assistance.
The specialization supply drop has been claimed by an ally.
Hostile explosive seeker mine detected.
No one coming that way.
Agent down.
They're on A.
Hostile drone detected.
See if I can't take
Point
C.
Alpha has been captured by the enemy.
I figured one was on me somewhere. That was probably a mistake because I don't have. Oh! Thank goodness. I was like, I just canceled my streamline, but. Nope. Take it, take it, take it. We got to go back for B, though, and they're going to go on that pretty quick.
Point Charlie is now held by your team.
Hostile artillery turret detected.
Point Bravo has been captured by the enemy. The enemy is about to win this.
And they're already, dude, they're just everywhere.
By the enemy.
They've got us
Enemy
on,
will win this if you don't
got us on
capture
every
Point
angle here.
Point Bravo is now held by your team. 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Vital signs critical.
It's probably over. That's how we put up a good fight, though.
Agent down. Agent killed. Hostile defender drone. Detected.
Shock Turret, Predator, Nomad. Yep. Those were the scary three.
Boost online.
Wow. If I had to, pick one of those to come back out of those three, it would be the Shock Turret. I can live, as much as I hate it, I can live with that.
Point Alpha
Predator and
is now
Nomad just
held by your
wrecked
team.
all semblance of balancing in PvP, and it was very sad. It was a sad way for Division 1 to end, in my opinion.
Point Bravo is in enemy hands.
There's probably no point for me going and getting these, but it's better than just giving up.
Agent down.
Oh, Keto lagged. I didn't even realize. Rip. That's why we're losing. Because we didn't have a Keto anymore.
Point Alpha is in enemy hands. The enemy has the upper hand. You need to
GG's.
capture Point ASAP.
We gave it a shot.
Charlie was captured by your
And
team.
I don't think we did bad against a full clan.
Boost about to expire. Hostile explosive seeker mine detected.
GG's.
You have suffered a defeat.
To get the Tinkerer, do I have to do Masks Countdown? You will not be able to get it from there. The Tinkerer is exclusive to the Manager Manhunt mission at Potomac Event Center. I can show you when we back out here. But it's one of the Manhunt's Climax exclusives, I guess you call them. So yeah, you have to do that mission, and then it has a chance to drop at the end, depending on what difficulty you play on. If you complete it on Master, you will get a guaranteed. But as soon as we back out of here, I can show it a little bit better. Oblivious, I've got you covered. I've already got one made that I will link you. It is about a year old, but it's still like 90-95% up to date and relevant. So here you go. It covers the new player experience and endgame stuff. So it should have everything you need. The link for that is in the chat. Vanguard, I'm afraid we're wrapping up, my friend.
Safe area entered.
That was the last bit we were doing there.
Control point
So whoever was asking about the Tinkerer over here at Potomac Event Center, if you go in the mission settings and you toggle the mode and you switch to the manager, you can see there under the rewards it says Tinkerer. So you'll have a better chance of getting it the higher you play on. But then if you do it on Master, then it's guaranteed. So there you go. My friends, that is going to wrap it up for the stream. I'm so unreasonably upset. I don't think it's unreasonable. Lagging out is never fun. I feel you, man. I wonder if you saw my comment on the DZ Must Evolve video. Here's what you think. I would have to go and look. I'm sorry. There were hundreds of very elaborate comments on there, which I was very appreciative of, but hard to keep track of them all, to be honest with you. So I will try and go and look. I'm trying to see if I can get a nice little picturesque background here to wrap up. That's pretty good. There we go. Everybody, thank you so much for making 2025 the biggest year ever for my channel. The year with the most amazing opportunities that I had for me. And that was entirely thanks to all of you who tune into this, who may be watching it later, who watch the videos, who are just subscribed to the channel. As I said, I do have a video coming out tomorrow that's kind of a bit more of a relaxed and well thought out reflection on the year. So I encourage you checking that out if you're curious. But yeah, if you don't, or however you watch my stuff, thank you so much for an incredible year. Truly. I'm excited for 26. We've got, hopefully, Survivors. We've got the anniversary. And I think it's going to be a good one. I really do. I'm just reading through all the comments here. By the way, shout out to Espresso and Dredgen and Aikido for jumping in. That was fun. Yeah. Nothing but gratitude, folks. Like we used to do with the old streams. Let me call out everybody I can here. Aaron, Espresso, Libertarian, Frank, Vanguard, Dredgen, Rice, Kaz, Gong, Kai, Cloud, Barnaby, Chico, Aikido, Lieutenant, Postman, Malasite, every single one of you that was hanging out in the stream here. Thank you so much. This was, again, way bigger of a stream today than I thought we would have. So that was very fun. Lots of great discussions, which is what I love. There will be plenty of videos coming out soon. As usual, the start of the year. We kind of re-up on a lot of stuff. We'll give some updates on what to expect, what's going on with Div 3, what some good builds are, all the good stuff. So look forward to those. Unfortunately, I will not be live next week. I'm going to be out of town one more time. But I'm working on having videos prepped for while that's happening. And then I'll be back the following week for another live stream. So, yeah. Like I said, that's about all I've got. A more in-depth, reflective video coming tomorrow. But until then, folks, thank you all so much for being so amazing and generous and enabling all this to happen. Truly. Would not be here otherwise. I will see you all then. But until then, RogueGold out.